as you can tell, it's kind of like messy. So we're gonna get that organized and make it so that it fits in that container really nice. Basically, it's because all the containers are not open and just sitting on top, but I just wanted it put away, and then now I'm going to organize. I just put a little bit of cork and wood veneer in here just to remind myself to get more and to put some in. So these are the dividers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it by collection, just so I know, at the beginning where it all came from, but really I'm not too concerned about that. Just want to find a spot for everything. American Craft. And these I keep, I like to cover my photos with them when I'm inking, making mist and stuff. And this I might keep because it's a nice grid, so I might use it as a layer on a layout. But the rest I'm just going to chuck. And I have a basket where I keep all those little plastic things. And then if I need to mix some paints or anything like that, I can use those too. It's like using your stuff for more than one thing kind of thing. There you go. I'll make it one thing bigger. There. And this I'll put in the garbage. And this I'll put in my basket. There. Just trying to clean up as I go. That way it's not, it's got a bit of dust in there, so I'll just clean that up first. There. All right. Do I have another small one? Yes. I'll divide that in two. Oh, this is one. It's got one long tag. I'll just put it there. For one piece, I'm not gonna move everything over. I'll keep this because one, I can use that as a layering piece. And then this, later I can put it in the little Avery L little containers, which eventually I'll put all those in. And this, I'll keep the freckled fawn thing, so I know to put it back in my freckled fawn iris container. I have a big iris container for that. I have one cloud that is already, I used it on my Xyron, so I'll put that in there. Don't want to waste it. Okay, so now I'm going to need a big one for this one. Put that there. You can tell everything fits pretty much. I had quite a few die cut packages. I had 6 die cut packages, and they all fit in here. I still have some in my iris container that I need to. So that I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this just to see what's in the thing, but I'll probably just put it at the bottom of my iris container. And those I can put right there. Then you have these little acrylic words. It says all three of them say fun. Okay. My stamp set I'll keep in the little baggie, and then I'll just put it in my iris container. And this stamp set too. My journaling cards. Should I? Actually, those I'll put with these. Just so I'm using only one. And these, I'll just put them to the side for now. Okay, so I've put all that big mess in there. This I'll keep. Now let's see what else is in here. Now I found the second sheet, the one that I said, oh, I'm going to need another one. So now I have two sheets in here. One that I'm going to cut apart and one that I want to use as a background. And I don't know what other pattern papers I'm going to put with it. I'll just start with that for now. And I have the 6x6 in here. And there's these. Some of the sticker sheets I'll leave in there just because they're just too big. Some of the smaller stuff I'll try to fit at the top. And then we will start separating. It's just the most that I have in that iris container, the less I'll have to dig, which is kind of the point. I don't want to have to dig into, my stash. And so I have 4 flares here, and I said I was going to try to get more. So before I start putting the kits together, I think that's what I'll do. I'll try to find, or I know where they are, so I won't try to find. I'll just grab some more flares and put them in there. I like to take everything out of the packages because I find I waste a lot of time opening and closing and putting it back in. Now, at the end of this, I'll try to put everything back in their packages. Ooh, this one is stuck. Oh, that's why. There was an arrow stuck to the package. I don't know how that happened. Weird. Oh, there's a hole in the package. I was like, weird, I can feel the stickiness. There you go. That's why it was. There you go. So that's done. Let me see. This is just a part of a package. It came in a kit. I think it was Click Kit maybe, which I've just separated all those kits, and I'm just gonna make my own kits with them. I don't have a lot of holes left, so maybe I'll just leave it in there. Just stick it in there. So those are all sticker sheets, or sticker books, I should say. So these I gotta leave in that. I'll take these out. So I'll keep all the packages, and if I'm really concerned, which thing goes in what, I can just rewatch this video and make sure that I put all of them back in the right package. But usually that is not something that I worry too much about it. Or another thing that I could do is take my tiny attacher and staple the sticker sheet or whatever. Oh, that's cute. I can use that. the sticker sheet or whatever it is to the piece where it says, you know, the name of the collection. So I can also do that. But I find when I'm in the mode I start grabbing, you know, embellishments and putting them on pages. This really slows me down, having to open every package for every page. So I tried to, ooh, there's 2 of them. I tried to open most of them. I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but that's okay. I don't know what to do with this. Maybe I can put the acrylic stuff with that, and then that can have its own little place. Can it fit these? Maybe. Probably not. That can stay there. Okay. I think I need a drink of coffee. Okay. So I have quite a few sticker sheets. I think most of them won't fit there. Some of them will. So I'll keep those together in my iris container. So that's nice and kind of neat now. I think the rest I'll keep in my iris container. So we'll bring that forward and try to organize it so that at least I know where everything is. Okay, so those are cut aparts and sticker sheets. I'll keep all those together. This I'll take out. It's just a piece of cardstock. Just put it to the side. Try to put all the sticker sheets and the cut apart together. And all the alphas together. And all the sticker sheets together. Oh, there's another one of those. Okay, so we'll put the 6x12s together. There's another sticker sheet. And then you have the smaller stuff. These, I don't like to take them out because the chipboard eventually, like, they fall. So I'll keep them in there. And the alphas, I always keep them in the package. But those I'll take out. And it's a sticker sheet, so it stays together nicely. And this one, I'll staple it to the background so I know what collection it belongs to. And this is just the sticker sheet. Oh, and this I can put in my iris container. Some little flyaways here. There we go. Okay. So 6x12 stickers. And what I'll do is most of the time I scrap standing up. So then that means I have my little bench, my little stool just to the side of me. So what I'll do is I'll have this sitting in there minus the pattern paper. So I'll just have my embellishments. So if I want to go through it, it's just going to have the one layer. And then it'll be easier to go through. What I'm going to do too is my desk right now, that way, is a complete disaster. because I put this kit together, and then I also did a layout. I got in a very, very mini haul, and I've already filmed it, so I'll put it up. But it's all of one thing, and I got it for such a good price. I couldn't not do it, and I probably won't need to buy any of this again forever. So I'll just show you quickly. It's enamel dots. So probably the video is already up, and just talking about where I got it and stuff. But so I got to put those away. They're still sitting on my desk. I probably won't have to buy enamel dots forever. Although there's another set that is completely different than those. They have glitter in them and stuff, so I don't know. I might wait like, a couple months and then order those. And then I'll have a ton. And then I won't need to order forever, like forever. Okay, so where are all the other sticker sheets? They're there. Okay, I have this, which is chipboard, but that's okay. I'll put them here. This is small, so I'll put it on this side. Or maybe, yeah, I'll put this, it's not as if it's going to stay like this, right? Because as I'm going through it, it's going to become a huge mess, but at least let's start being organized, and then as I'm going through it, I always have a spot where I say, okay, it's time to reorganize the mess. I can only go so long, and then it's like, okay, too much of a mess. Let's reset and do that. So I have extras of these, so I'll put them to the side just on my desk so that if I reconfig, I'll have those handy. But for now, I don't need them. So I have my giant stack of pattern papers. There is 36 page kits in there, 36 or 37. So we will get started with that. I'm just going to stop for a second because I'm going to go look for some flares and also some wood veneers that I'm going to add in there, and maybe a few sheets of alpha stickers, because I really don't want to have to go look for anything and just grab everything that I have from this page kit. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I just want to show you some of the flares. The reason I want to get those out now is I like to have different textures. So, you got your flat stickers or washi, and then you got your die cuts, and then your rub-ons, and then your acrylic pieces. I got some wood veneer, some cork, some flares. So you have all different kinds of textures. So we will just grab a few more. So I have a few ways that I keep my flares. I have this little tub that I got at the dollar store, so I have a few in there. And then as I was unpacking, I just took like a square container, and as I was finding them, I was sticking them in there. So I grabbed a few from in there. And then I have another way that I keep them. It's in clear plastic container, and I've put strips of glue. I'll just go get it. Strips of glue, and then I've have them in there, but I don't know, that just seemed like a lot of work to put them in there. So I did get these done, and then I never finished. So I just like it because you can see all of them, but yeah, it did take quite a bit of time to put them together, but I mean, once you have them in there, then it's done. So, but we'll look in this one. I don't want to get too many out, but I want to get a good amount. And of course, I just showed you my enamel dots, so I have 10 different packages, like colors. So I'll just take out one of each and put them with this kit, so then I'll have a good variety of colors. So that's about right. I did grab some wood veneers, and those are, if you remember Scraptastic, they had a scrapbooking kit, and they would have these special or limited edition of wood veneer packages. So this is a few of them. I don't even know what's in there, so I'll just put those in there and try to use some of them. And I'll shove this random package of stuff in there, and like I said, I'm going to take one package of each of these, because it's a lot of the colors that I'm using, and I'll put them with this page kit, so it'll give me lots of options. Oops, that way. Lots of options. Let me see, there's another little stack over here. So there's those, and that's it. I already got that one. Okay. So now I'm just going to go and just finish organizing this, and then I'll be back and we'll start putting the page kits together. This put all in there, and then we did this together. I have my pattern papers to the side. I have the rest of the bigger embellishments in that iris container really close to me on my little stool next to me. And then I have the cut aparts all together, so I don't have to, dig for different things. I can just go ahead and start putting embellishments together. So this I'm going to, the wood veneer I'm just going to put to the side right here. And this I'll put there. And then we'll just grab one sheet, one packet at a time, and then start dividing. At this point, I have to be honest, I have no idea what pictures I'm going to use with these page kits. So that's one thing I do, is as I'm putting these together, I'm trying to think of different photos that would go really well with this. And if I don't think of anything, it's not a big deal. As I'm choosing my pictures, I usually find something that will go really good. Now look how good these go with it. I'm wondering, you know what? Yes, I am. Because otherwise, there. So then I can still put them somewhere else. And that's fine. Now, the reason I got this American Craft, I believe, yes, pie, is because it had some purple, I believe. Well, it had that piece for sure, but I thought it had more than that. And that's why I had chosen that. So at this point, what I do is I just make sure that I have basically a ton of embellishments. I'm not looking for a theme. I'm not looking for anything like that. I'm just looking for stuff that goes with it. That's kind of cute. Actually, will that go better? That's kind of a different color, so I kind of like that. So yeah, right now all I'm doing is trying to find stuff that will go, at least general. And then when I choose the pictures, maybe some embellishments that are in there is going to trigger a memory and say, oh, I could totally use, those pictures with it. But most of the time, I the pictures kind of find a way to still coordinate really well. So I think sometimes we kind of fuss too much about that. The next layout that I'm gonna put up is I was trying to find papers that would coordinate with, oh, that goes really well, with Mason playing soccer. He just finished his season, but I got pictures of him, playing all summer, and I haven't done any layouts yet. So I thought, let's start and try to find some pattern papers and embellishments. And oh my goodness, that was so hard. Like to go from the pictures and then try to find something from that. So what I did after that is I just went into my page kits, and I ended up finding something that had some orange in it because his uniform was orange. And then I went and just added a few more things, and that was so much easier than going from the beginning. It was like, oh my goodness, that was way too difficult. I didn't like that. Now that was in there, yeah. So I think I'm so used to scrapping this way now that if I try to change it, if I try to trying to think if this will go. If I try to go from nothing, I find it really difficult now. And I haven't scrapped that much since my daughter's surgery too. She was doing really good, and then about 4 days ago it started to hurt again a lot. So I don't know if she did too much because she was feeling good, and now she's in a lot of pain again. And it wouldn't be like, if it was just her, it wouldn't be too bad, but we got it's the little puppy that's that's a lot of work. It's not her. He's a lot of work. He's like having a little baby. And he's a lot of work. But anyway, so I find that if I go too long without scrapping, I find it hard to get back into it. I really like the blue and the purple together, so I want to keep that going here. These right here have the purple and the blue on it. It does bring other colors, but those other colors are in those stickers, which it's not even close to being the same collection, because this is Freckle Fawn and this was Echo Park, I believe. So this is EK Success powder tool. So basically it's got a little brush on top, and then it's got powder in the barrel. And when you rub the powder, as you can see, there's powder on my hand, the powder takes away the stickiness. And why would I do that? Because instead of cutting into my sticker sheet, which makes it become flimsy after, and then a pain to deal with, then I can just put the stickers on there and it doesn't stick onto anything else. And I can then I can keep some of this for, you know, upcoming pages, and not, because if I put that entire sticker sheet in there, then the rest of it, I can't distribute it to the other pages. And I like to make these page kits a lot. They save me so much time, and I get so many more layouts done. And I kind of like doing this, you know, when I don't feel like scrapbooking per se, like I just am not, I don't know, I don't want to say not motivated, but just not creative in that way. I like doing this, and then oh my goodness, today my brain is like dead. I didn't sleep well last night, so today my brain is not doing so well. I've stopped because of the shift work that I did. Oh, and you wonder why, if you wonder why that here I didn't want to cut it apart and here I didn't mind, is because this has the plasticky, so it stands well on its own. But if you start cutting this into, like, there's a whole lot more, and then it becomes really kind of jaggedy, and I don't like that. But something like this where I can cut pieces and then there's only, you know, certain pieces left, I don't mind. And what I'll do, it's, let's say if I want to do this one and then I want to do this one, I'll put them all close together and then cut a piece off, and then I have a bigger chunk instead of cutting them out individually. So I'll just keep moving them around like that. So that's perfect. I've already looked at that. Do I want a splash of black in there? A lot of times when I have like light colors like that, I like to add a splash. Look at that. That was the back to the Ellie Studio thing. And look how well it coordinates. I guess it doesn't matter if I know exactly what's in there. A lot of times I like to cross them off, but really, if I can use them, I'll use it. I can go through it and see. Oh, you know what? See? Boom. I know what to do with this. I have quite a few pictures of Thanksgiving, and this says thankful. So, in family tradition and gathered together, and perfect. Special memories. And this is actually a Thanksgiving one, so that would explain why it would, or it says thankful, so I'm thinking it's Thanksgiving. So what I do when I have a little boom like that is I take a little recipe card. I mean, I have these, they're called mini index card, and then I'll put what I want to put in there. So I'll put Thanksgiving pictures. There. Done. And I know I have some printed. I already did a layout, but I could probably do another one. That's... Oh, look how well those... I can't remember if I have two layouts that have purple on it, or just one. I'll just put it in there anyway. Because, again, I'm going to have a container where I have all the leftovers, so then I can move them on to the other page whenever I put it together. Sorry if you can hear a lot of noise. I bought this a long time ago. It's a little microphone so that when I want to do Google Hangout, that it's going to be louder, that you'll be able to hear me for sure. Because what I do is when I do my YouTube videos in my iMovie, I put up the volume whenever I'm doing live. I put it louder so that I don't have to yell, so I can talk at a normal voice. And then when I work on my video, I make sure to put up the volume so that it's nice and loud so that you can hear me, because otherwise it could be quite low. But if I'm going to do some live videos, I won't be able to do that because they're live. So I bought this microphone, and of course I haven't done any live videos yet, which I'm hoping to remedy soon, which, like I said, it's going to be kind of hard because of where I am. Again, if I could go back a year ago, and when I noticed that they weren't putting a door to say put a door, I would. I totally would. Oh, I love this. So I'm going to cut this. So I don't know what we're going to do about that, but we're going to have to figure something out. Which, if I can do live videos when nobody's here, which would be fine, but then that means I have to kick everybody out. Or do it while they're at work, but that means that it's during the day. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Because it says it's a noise reducer, so I'm hoping that it'll do that. So that's a good amount. That's what I like to see. So I just make sure that I have things that can be embellishment starters, so bases, and then I like different shapes. I made sure that, and you know what? After a while, it just becomes naturally. Like, it's not as if I go, okay, now I got to find, this amount of this many shapes. So I just make sure that I have some circles and then some labels and some words. I like words in there, and then different textures too. So I got some arrows, I got some enamel dots, and then I got some layering pieces. And next, I'll just grab maybe a few wood veneer. I think I'm just gonna get a few of these little feathers. Why not? Maybe some hearts. And look at that. Remember I said that I want to do some flamingo pages, and I just went in my stash and I saw these big baggies of wood veneer, and then when I got them out, it was like, flamingo. So that's going to work out perfectly. I'm telling you, it always works out that you find stuff. Oh, and look. A pumpkin. And this is going to be Thanksgiving. So again, I really don't plan a lot of these things. And I'm not one to... I'm just getting texts from my daughter. It's her birthday today. She turned 30, which she's not happy about. So I texted her to wish her happy birthday, and to make sure that she was coming over for supper tonight. We're making her favorite, which, so funny, it's taco salad, which is so simple to make. And then her favorite cake is Dairy Queen, so we'll go get her a Dairy Queen ice cream cake. And Mason was here all weekend because her friends took her out for her birthday. They went to a concert. So yeah, this is perfect because this ended up being sort of a fallish, right, layout. So this has pumpkins in there, some leaves. So I might not do the feathers. Well, maybe. I'll just leave them there. They're not hurting anything. But I'll take out some leaves. If I could find one more pumpkin. Two's enough because I have so many other wood veneer. I probably only put one or two anyway. So perfect. I can put this to the side. So now this one is done. So I can do one of two things. One, I can take an empty iris container, which is what I'm going to do because I have this new container which is next to my desk, which is a recollection container. And if you go to my scrap room tour, it's one of the first things that I show in the first video, and it has iris containers. So I got another one of those for projects that I work on. So, and it holds 7 of these iris containers from Michaels. So it's perfect. And they are $50 and they're in the storage area now. They're not in the scrapbooking area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack them one on top of the other. And basically I'm just going to scrap whatever is on top and make my way down. Another thing that you can do is get one those bags that kits come into. I just bought a whole bunch. My friend ordered them, and I just I think I have like 200 or 300 of those, and I reuse them. Like this one has been used so many times, and I use them until they're full of holes. And that's where I keep my kits. I have a metal container, and I also got that at Michael's, and you can also see it on my first video, and I keep them in there. And you know what? This is not a class, right? So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in these and keep them in that thing, because this is going to last me. I did 36 of them, so this is going to last me a long time, and I really like going through and seeing which one. See, I'm so finicky. I just changed my mind at the last minute. Now, way back, I had done 70 page kits, and I wanted to see how many I could do. So I'd gotten these little stickers, and I had literally put a number on each of them, and I had done 70 of them. So, but I don't need that anymore. I might do that again if I want someday to do a whole bunch of them. But for this time, we're just going to do 36, which is still a lot, but I think I'm going to put them in those plastic bags. So I might have to stop the recording and go find myself some plastic bags because they're all put away. I think I have 2 that are out, but I tried to keep them put away, and then that way I know exactly where they are. I have a whole bunch downstairs too. I have a box full. I didn't keep everything up here. I figured those are sort of like because like I said, when they become full of holes, I just chuck them. So I need some extras for when they become unusable. So I'll put these right here. So again, as I'm putting these together, at first I have no idea what pictures I'm going to use, and maybe at the end of this I'm still going to have no idea what pictures I'm going to use, but I try to think about it as I'm putting these page kits together. So this is nice and colorful, so I can really focus on any of those colors. I can just focus on 2 or 3, or I can just do a whole bunch. So at first I'm just going to take out the gray enamel dots, and then I'll probably then once I choose the different colors, then I'll add a few different colors of these. I just don't want to commit myself now until I know what colors I'm going to be working with. Let me see. I think pink. Light pink or dark pink? Maybe a little bit of both. Yeah. So let's move some of these down. And let's move some of these up. So what the nice thing is I'm getting to use a lot of my stash, right? A lot of this is, so that leaves 2 here, which, oh well, that's fine. I'll just use those 2. Okay, so I know I want to do some pink now. And that label is awfully close to that. Yep. So we will get this out. Trying to figure out if that's pink or red. Is this pink or red? Which I find pink and red actually go really well together. I'm going to actually, one of these pages, I'm going to do that. I put pink and red together. I have to do that. I haven't done it in a long time. There. You know what? I just figured out what layout I'm going to do here. Just with this sticker, Be Brave. I've talked about this quite a bit. My daughter had back surgery in August. And it's been a roller coaster for her. There's been quite a few things that have happened since that have really pushed her to her limit, let me just say. So I'm just going to put everything in there. There we go. And then I'll decide on a few. Almost cut through that enamel dot. So I know what I'm going to do. I'll talk about Caitlin's surgery. And I have some pics for that, so of her at the hospital, and I have pictures of her scars and everything. So I'm going to add 3 little cameras. Now, I know there's going to be pink and gray. So do I want the light pink? Yeah, light pink it is. And I don't mind cutting into these. I'll just get an iris container, and actually that's probably what I'll put those in, so they're all nice and organized. Okay, put those there. Okay, well that's 2 for 2, which is pretty cool. That totally clashes. So none of those. Yeah, I'm not gonna use the fun. Even though it coordinates, it was not fun. I'm gonna take a little girl wood veneer, and then I'll probably look for, well, let's do it right now. Look for little stars. Okay. So I'm probably not going to do the whole 36 pages live because it's going to be long, which I would end up cutting into like sections anyway, but it's a lot of talking. So what I'll probably do is I'll start each video live, and then I'll cut into and do not live and do a voiceover for the rest of the video. So that's what I'll do right now, is I'll just go fast forward. Okay, so like I said, I just put this on fast forward, and this is going to be the last page that I'm going to put together in this video. It's already at almost 55 minutes, so I find that's enough. And I have quite a few of these videos to upload. I think I'm probably still have 5 or 6 more. And then once all those are done, then we will start putting some of these pages together from the page kits. Now, I'll probably intertwine in some of these, in between some of these videos, I'll grab a kit and I'll make a page from these page kits. And then at the very end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an iris container, and I'm going to another one, a third one, where I'm going to put all the finished pages inside. And then whether it takes me 3 months or 4 months to get all these pages put together, at the end I'll show you what I have left as far as supplies, what we have left from as I put the page kits together. I'm going to put all the leftovers into that bucket, so I'll show you what's left in that bucket, and then I'll show you all the pages that we got completed with these page kits. And again, I did 36 pages, so I figured that's going to be enough for 3 months. So September, October, and November. So probably at the beginning of this December, middle of December, I'll show you what is left from these page kits and what I got done using all these page kits. And what I like is it's making me focus on a set of embellishments. Some of these embellishments have been in my stash forever, so it's time for it to get used up. And it's fun to use some new stuff, but it's also a lot of fun to use a lot of older embellishments that have been sitting there for a long time and getting them onto pages. Now, I can't believe how many pages that I've put together that I had an idea for photos already. I think I'm up to probably close to 20 page kits that I have put together. Not in this video, but all together. That's how many I have put together. So I have 16 left to put together, and then all of them are put together. And I'm really enjoying putting these page kits together. It's probably one of my most favorite things to do. I've mentioned that a few times with scrapbooking, is putting page kits together. I love playing with embellishments and papers. And as I'm putting all this together, I'm like, what pictures that have I taken lately? What pictures are on my phone and my camera that I could put with these page kits. And then as I'm pulling embellishments, sometimes it'll spark an idea for a page. So I'm liking that process a lot. So that's going to be the end of this video. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe so you can get notified when I upload new videos, which should be on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and sometimes on Saturdays. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, and we will talk to you on Monday. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.